Okay, so I was going to watch YouTube while I did this, but I remembered that you asked questions about how to do it, and I have 3 crystals to wrap, and I just did one, and it was super easy. This is actually my fastest wrap yet. I did it in like 2 minutes, but like it's just all about weight, so you know, the biggest part at the top, because then it's gonna like weigh into the wrap. And then I kind of wanted like the heart shape anyway. And then it's just about like getting it around the corners and stuff. And then making it. No! It's fine, but that scared me so much it fell right on my metal trackpad. And then it's just about like getting the little hook all rolled, and that can be annoying, but it's usually pretty easy. So I have 2 more, and so I figured I'd wrap them with you. The tiny ones kind of make me nervous, so I was going to do that one last. Obviously, I started with the one that was the easiest. It's the pointiest. It's got all the edges and corners. And then I have my thick wire because I like it better than the thin one. And then I have my regular pliers that actually also cut. And then I have my round nose ones that also cut. Yeah. These ones are really good for clamping. Because they're nice and tiny. Anyways, so we're going to start with this one. This is the Green Adventuring. Hope I'm saying that right. I haven't decided. See, I kind of tested in my hand to see how it would fall with gravity. That's what I meant by that. I think I'm gonna go for but this side's the outside of the rock. But it would be the easiest to wrap against. But then this one's kind of like a heart. But there's not as many hooks that way. This would be the easiest because it has the little edges in the corners. However, that outside of the rock is showing. But that would be the easiest. You know? What's wrong with the little skin? So to estimate how much, I waste a lot of wire. I'm not very good at my estimates in anything, and wire is no different. So this is about how much I used for the last one, and this is how much I wasted. It's probably a little much, so I'm going to cut it shorter. It's always best to have too much than too little, because it's really hard to connect it back on there. So I've got my stuff, and then I usually leave off some extra to work with. And then I'm going to decide which is going to be my front and my back. I think I want this to be the front. And then I try to make one side prettier than the other. Although I found in wearing it, I don't usually pay attention to that. But it makes me feel better. And then I just kind of wrap it around. And I may have done too little. I underestimated how much wire it would take to actually go around this thing. See, so I just put it across the front, hooked it on that little corner, hooked it on that corner, and then I was going to crisscross it and bring it back to the front and then maybe hang from here or so, or here. But I underestimated how much wire will actually go around this rock. So I'm going to save this, straighten it out, And I'm going to save it for my 10-year one because that should be plenty. My bad. Okay, let's start over. I'm going to do extra this time. I'm not a professional, but you said I made it sound hard, so I'm showing you this time. So I'm going to leave more on both sides now that I know what I'm going to do. And then you can just press it in there. So like, see, I like curved it. Get it on there. Oops. Got it off my edge. Get back on the edge. My nails are scratching the rock and it's making a terrible sound and feeling. So I'm kind of like hating that right now. And then you just, go with it. And then sometimes you fail, like I think I am right now. See, I did not think about the fact that this can easily fall out. Just pull it. And I don't like them to easily fall out. So, but then I also don't want it to go like this, and I think that's how I accidentally made my weight. So I'm going to unwrap this and think about it again. And this is why it still takes me a while to do these. Starting completely over. Okay. So maybe that's not a good... This would work too, I think. If I wrapped it around here. This one was just so perfect. Okay, if I wrap it around here, I could wrap it again, but then I kind of have the same problem. But I think it'll be different. Who's that philosopher or famous person who said doing things the same, or insanity is doing things the same way and expecting it to be different? Because I'm channeling that energy right now, knowing that this could have exactly the same issue. Oh, I think if I bring this over and I bring this down, I did. See, sometimes it just clicks, and I already failed one wire, but at least I have another stone to use that for. So, yeah, it's just been like playing with it and stuff. So now I'm just like pressing the wire into the crevices so that it's actually flush with the stone. And then I'll show you what I did in a second. Let me just tighten it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, BB. And I got that hidden side, or that rocky side to be hidden. So yeah, so what I basically did was I wrapped it around, and then I had my longer part go down the bottom and come back up the other side. Or maybe that was my shorter part. I don't even remember, but it's okay because what I like to do is one edge becomes the spiral around here. Like, see, this one has a spiral. And then the second edge becomes the loop. So we're going to do that together. This is where tools come in handy because they can actually like really pull. But then I also don't use tools. It's a little bit of both, you know, feel it out. And then you get to like the really tiny spot. And then you just gotta like twist it around with your pliers. And then this didn't do it, but usually what will happen is this little spiral starts to like separate. And then you have to use the pliers to like, oops, bad angle for the camera, and like squish them together. But this actually stayed pretty together. Hearing fireworks. Maybe not fireworks? That was a lot of bangs, and it's only 11:33 p.m. Something is banging out there. It sounded too like consistent to be a car, but then it also, I don't really know what a gunshot sounds like, so I don't want to say gunshot. After this video, I'm going to Google what a gunshot sounds like. And then you start making your loop. So bend it back a little, and then this is where the round nose comes in handy, because then it makes your perfect loop. The only annoying part is like the stone gets in the way, but you know, you deal. Kind of have to like switch sides every now and then. Usually do it twice. Yeah, I did it twice on that one too. And then see, you have it like looped. Try and pull it nice and tight. Make sure they're both the same size and also together. And then you want to cut off all this extra as close as you can. And then you're left with this ugly little, there it is, ugly little tail. And that's where the clampy boys are great. They're usually also really sharp at the end, so I like to use like the pliers to like pick, essentially like clamp and pick at the little edges. It's hard to show on camera. Yeah, and then I feel it for any sharp edges, and voila! Oh my god, that at least fell on my lap. Voila! Okay, next.